Alrighty, so why was that so quiet? Oh, I guess that? Okay. So, look at this, a video made just for YouTube, no stream involved. Wow. I like the first game of this a fair bit. File picture, oh, it has different people than last time, or just people presets. Keep the nation from harm, yeah, it's the same stuff as the first game. In fact, the same music as the first game too, which I don't mind, I like it. Pairing. Call the office. Huh. This is from the first game. Talmire. Arter, Phalak, Bulio, and Urimlet. Yeah. I'm gonna go with this one. I think... Wait. Which one was the right... Ah, crap. I can't remember which one was the one that I initially did. I think it was this one. Well, obviously it's this one. But I can't remember the one that I did that I actually want to continue for. I didn't know we could even do this. So I'll just go with the default. In order to qualify for special duty within Orwell, taking the aptitude test is mandatory. The test requires you to complete a set of tasks, follow the on-screen instructions carefully, and answer truthfully to the best of your beliefs. Note that an insufficient test result will disqualify you for special duty permanently. Oh, what? Which of the following statements are true to your attitude? Drag and drop. Be a pilot here. I like spying on people. So the following persons do you consider likely of having committed a crime? Note that your choices are permanent. Well, this guy looks like a corporate businessman, so I'm just going to assume that's him. Hold on, let me... Yes. Corporate businessman, definitely. Which of the following statements do you consider to be true, if any? Just law. Justified law. This is an unjust yes. I'm going with that one. Given the choice, would you prefer to have your medical record or your dating profile investigated? What? Well, I don't have a dating profile. Like, it's hard for me to answer that. I'm sure that this is going to come into play later because it's a yellow data chunk. I guess my medical record. Nothing to hide in there. Which information from your medical profile would you give to an investigator willingly? Past medical conditions and history. Confronted with the situation below, which action would you like to take? Your best friend boasts about having been accepted into Orwell. Since you are working for Orwell yourself, you know that talking about your job is punishable by imprisonment. Without saying anything to my friend and for the national authorities at the next possibility, I want my friend to inform the authorities if it continues. I'm gonna go with that one. Hello? Yes, thank you. Failed the aptitude test, you'll be disqualified permanently. What? The office has rejected you as an agent for special duty to your answers in the aptitude test, but if you ask for it, the test will be reset. Oh. Well, I mean, I think I know. It was the last one that I kind of messed up. Oh, God.
Hello, O'Brien.
Oh my God, there's voice
I have
acting.
to disappoint you.
What? Rabban, what? How? After all this time? I didn't think you...
Remember what you did? Again, I must disappoint you. I've not been blessed with a short memory.
What? Rabban, listen. It wasn't me. I don't know anything about what happened there. That's the truth.
Truth. See, I never had much regard for the Bible, but there's one remarkable, groundbreaking moment. Before being sentenced to death, Jesus goes on and on about being a witness for the truth, but Pilate defies him with the simplest of all questions. What is truth? It is this particular question I've been pondering over for a very long time now. How much of the information ending up on our screens every single day has passed through so many other minds before, each one with their own bias and agenda. It is all cut down to size, proportioned, ready to be consumed, and yet we greedily swallow it all in blissful ignorance, because our hunger is unending.
Stop the nonsense and get to the point. What do you want?
To ask you a question. What is truth?
I don't understand.
Now you're the disappointing one. You of all people should, Oleg Bakay. There is only one thing about truth that is certain. Truth is dead. As you soon will be.
What? Why? You? How did you manage? How? Vart! Vart!
Voices is an interesting addition. Before it would just be text. That's how it was in the first game. I thought it would actually make me redo the test, but I guess no. That's interesting that it didn't make me do that. I guess it knows that next time I would just lie about everything and say what I want the government to hear. So it's like, you're just going to do that anyway. We'll just skip you right to the cutscene. Why is it so quiet sometimes? Okay, well, there's no voice acting here. So you think you can redo the aptitude test just like that? It's either downright naive, or you are willing to shift the truth to your liking. You might be exactly whom I need. My name is Ampleford. Oh. I am a part of a special division within the government, the office. We get called in for the delicate matters. A man called Oleg Bakay disappeared a couple of days ago. The last we heard of him was the call I just played to you. I have added a transcript of that dialogue to your reader tool. You can read it again or listen to the recording. When you're done, open the unknown person profile on the left. Since you are paired with an investigator, I'll assume you're familiar with the procedure and spare you most technicalities. For starters, upload Oleg Bakay's name from the transcript to his file, drag it into the profile. Oh, you're not going to help me, but then you just tell me. You just do the tutorial anyway. 4 more bundles from Fanatical. Thanks, email. I needed that right now. Good, this profile is now primed on Oleg Bakay. Now other data chunks related to this person might appear. Check the transcript for newly found data chunks. Is there just one? I should probably read what I'm uploading. Related document. Oh, well, it's worked. It's an odd thing to say, isn't it? We're taking that as a death threat, as the National Beholder was threatened with death. Alright. The National Beholder is the most respectable news site in the nation. You may browse their headlines freely to get informed. The recording of the call you just heard ended up in their newsroom. Why? That's a piece of the puzzle we're missing right now. However, this article is a good starting point for our investigation on Oleg Bakay. To proceed, please adapt his picture and profession. Not exactly the most tender smile, but that's not what we're all here for. What's wrong with his smile? It's kind of hard to tell with that art style if he's... Oh, I guess he's not smiling now. Again, I should probably read these things before I just blindly upload them. As you see, Oleg Bakay is an important figure in the Parja's army, our neighboring country. We're very concerned about his fate. Court call indicates... What was this exactly? Officer of the army, yes. The audio recording of a phone conversation between... Yes. Telephone call, last point of contact before his disappearance. Well, I guess yep, the damn thing over there. Robin Vought, that's the name that Oleg Bakay mentioned during the call. Let's focus on Bakay for the moment. We will get back to Vart in a second. recording, which has been verified by experts. He threatens the officer, claiming that Bouquet would be dead soon. In light of Bouquet's recent disappearance, experts have developed a theory that the blog might be directly involved in or may otherwise have incited the incident. The fact that the recording was leaked by an anonymous source to the National Beholder has been interpreted as a direct threat to the Khazar administration of Parges and their alliance with the nation, which the blog openly and aggressively opposes. JP. Oh wait, what was that? It still says that there's something here. Oh. Bomb obliterates Freedom Memorial Mall. These all look... Hey. Man, this is at like this similar time period as the first game. Yeah. I was reading that and I was just like, this looks very familiar, but yeah. Oh, I guess I should probably click on these just to get that red star off the side over there. Army of Parges. Rank Captain. Nothing controversial about updating that. Call sign Janus. Oops. Agent, you may have noticed by now that for every data chunk you upload, 10 minutes of time passed due to Orwell's extensive search algorithms. The events around us will unfold whether or not we are making progress in our case. Keep this in mind. Oh, that's interesting. Huh. That could be useful later. Janus, how fitting. He still goes by this call sign. I'm granting you access to our database, which you should have a look at. You'll understand it better after you see the files. But I'm not done looking at this thing. Is there like a time limit, I wonder? Because I'm not a fan of that, if there is. Affiliation, First Division Brava. That seems non-controversial to upload. It's just this file. Signed for protection of Prava from the ongoing threat through anti-government group forces of true Parges during Prava's civil war. Ordered Medal of Honor for saving civilians. Okay, well I'm going to leave those for right now. What? While yes, we are in fact worried about our relations with Parges because of Bouquet, you will see that the whole truth is more complex. As you're not a simple investigator, you'll have access to an Orwell build designed to meet the specific needs of the office. We can utilize the data stored in the profiler on the left to circumvent certain restrictions that would otherwise bar us from making progress. Make use of this ability within our database and the data stored in Bouquet's profile so far to solve my little mystery. Wait, where's his call sign? There it is. Please. Oh, okay, thank you. You did it. Well done. I'll leave you to your well-deserved info for a moment to truly understand why this case is so precarious. I like Bouquet. Date of birth. I'll add those later. Just going to read this stuff. Confidential informant as officer of the Pargesian army. Tends to use names of people close to him as passwords. This has been strongly discouraged, but so far ignored by the subject. Address is redacted. Department is redacted. This is going to be useful. Luckily, Bouquet is using one of our registered phone devices to communicate with us. It seems to be online right now. You can access it using the Insider tool, which I'll unlock for you now. I don't know if I really need another picture of him. That one's fine. Looks a little different, though. Date of birth is nice to have. Nationality we don't need, I already know that. I might need this stuff later though, so I'm just worried if there's a timer or not, which is, it definitely looks like it. Tends to use the names of people close to him as passwords. That could be useful. Of course, we do inspect and observe the habits of our agents. What did you expect? Oh, whoops. I guess I didn't need to send that. Please enter key. Of course, Bouquet has locked his phone with our own encryption tool. I'm afraid not even Orwell can break that. You have to do this the old-fashioned way by finding and applying Bouquet's key. See if you can find a hint to discover his password. You may have to dig a little deeper to uncover it, though, so maybe advisable to check other resources first. Well... Wait. Oh, it doesn't have Vaughn anymore. Alright, well, I just don't have any information right now. What other things were there? This might give us a page of information. Bloody mess, that civil war. Parges has suffered a great deal from it, so did the nation. Oh, I was hoping that it would open up another webpage, or did it? No, it usually makes a ding noise. Yes, so like Bouquet is a paragon of honor. Again, nothing. Damn it. Our forces have long tradition of protecting the Pargesian country and our valleys courageously and relentlessly. Pargesian, the P Army, as it exists today, was formed by General Demjan Kassat as he freed Parges from the oppressive Fayad regime in 2004. In spite of the successful re-establishment of peace and freedom in Parges, evil forces still threaten the Pargesian people. The hate group Forces of True Parges, FTP, caused a new conflict in 2006 by evoking a civil war among Pargesian citizens, using hate speech and propaganda to pull their shaken people of Parges on their side. In spite of the P Army successfully defeating the renegade group in 2008 with the help of the National Army, their guerrilla war remained and peaked in the attack on our allies in the nation. In the form of the incident in 2008, the goal was to promote fear against Parges and P citizens and cause civil unrest between the two nations. The Blaine administration of the nation then returned to help Parges control the troubling situation in regard to the FTP in our own country. Yes, Bouquet's air informant, placed inside the Pargesian army for years, now vanished into thin air. You surely grasp a danger this poses should it ever come out. We need to understand what happened and then possibly retrieve him or contain the damage. To get to the bottom of this, we will have to investigate the person who called him last, Rabban Vart. You already found a trace of him before on the Beholder. I will turn Vart into a target now. Time to pick up from there. It's the only thing I upload for him. Oh, it didn't do the ting noise, actually, so I guess only if it says related documents found. The People's Voice, we have heard of them. This preposterous news site is people rallying for protests and Parges for years. Judging by that call, Rabban Vart and Oleg Bouquet seem well acquainted, even if it isn't the most friendly relationship, apparently. Your task here is twofold, Agent. First and foremost, we are to locate Oleg Bouquet. Then, in order to understand whether Vart is behind Bouquet's disappearance, we need to find out what connects the two in the first place. Really, I guess the first game kind of held your hand in the first chapter, too. Or the first episode, sorry. One more thing before I let you roam freely. I thought you were letting me roam freely before, and then you just kept talking to me. One more thing before I let you roam freely. Remember that we are bound to the division of powers defined by the ethical codex. You are? I don't know if this is ethical, any of what we're doing. You're now leaving charted territory as far as I'm concerned, and I have to rely on the data you upload to make my calls. Doubt anything you read, especially when it comes to the People's Voice. Don't give me wrong info to work with. I'm counting on you. The nation burns again. President Puppet stops re-election plans. Rabban Vart. Oh, well. That was easy. Oh my god, she didn't come and talk to me about something. We are an independent collective devoted to providing you with the facts that mainstream media outlets try to hide. Oh, jeez. As a non-profit organization, we are funded solely through donations. The People's Voice is supported by the Angels of the Nation network, a volunteer team who provide development assistance in parties. Check to our editor-in-chief. That's useful. Very good. This will allow you to observe his work email account through the listener tool. Once Rabban Vart receives an email or sends one through that account, you'll be notified and be able to read it. Okay, what is it? Being funded by donations from the Angels of the Nation. I mean, that doesn't seem too controversial or anything. I feel like that would be a truthful statement. Supported by a national donation network. If we were to prove that Rabban Vart is using the donations for something harmful, we could pull the plug on him. Yeah, okay. So that worked out. joyous re-elections at last. This was your thinking last week, as much as it was mine. Finally, years of torment will come to an end, but no, all of a sudden, President Puppet has taken a big step back from the promise to hold re-elections. Now he acts like he never even knew it was expected, let alone that he is the one who had announced it to the public. He must either be suffering from a severe case of dementia or simply be a liar. Does President Kassat think we are downright stupid? How does he even dare? We are not blind, we are not deaf. For all we know, Kassat is being controlled by the nation's shady administration. We will oppose this. I want to see what this says. Believes Persian President Kassat to be nation-controlled. Okay, so I thought it would translate to something stupid. Kassat and his puppeteer Blaine must be held accountable for their repeated crimes against the Parisian people. They have betrayed and bled out our poor country for far too long already. This is a call to arms. Stand up and march the streets of Trifliff tomorrow. Updates on this via our Blabber account. Blabber account's nice. And he said, let there be riots, and there were riots. How did this man gain such an immense influence over his followers? I wonder that, too, in real life, for many people. I'm going to leave that for now. Is there any interesting data chunks here? I already know all about this. At least I think I do. Is this the same thing? Since it happened in Bonton, I'm just assuming it is. And it sounds familiar. Seeing the other news things that were on the news page kind of leads me to it too. I say this as if anyone knows what I'm talking about, but this is stuff from the first game. Nation, its corrupt leadership, and all their deluded flock who elected them carry the weight of the Freedom Plaza bombing upon their shoulders. Blames assault on the government, okay. That sounds similar to events that are currently happening in real life, too. Has actively calmed the situation in the recently, what? Yeah, see, that I don't think, like, the statement that I would upload this thing is not true, so I'm not going to upload that. Oh, look, it's Twitter. Oh, I'm sorry, it's Blabber. The lone shiftless survivor. He said Oleg Bouquet would not be missed. Did you retire him? This is a misunderstanding. I am not happy either that Oleg Bouquet has gone missing. This soldier is not the one to blame here. One thing is certain, Oleg Bouquet will certainly not be missed. Oh. This article is ridiculous propaganda. Mainstream media has been manipulating your thoughts since the dawn of humanity. Time to get rid of this enemy. Use mainstream media as enemy. Yes, that's I'll upload that one. Now that's a classic one. Demonize the free press, straight from the Dictator's Guide to Supreme Rule. That was that. Oh, listener. A supporter, pretty unspecific, huh? I see you found your first non-target person. Good. Orwell will keep track of them, but no data chunks or new documents for them will appear. I must authorize them to become a target person first, and I will only do so if I feel it is necessary. From him to David. David, thank you for your ongoing support and your kind words as always. You have proven yourself to be a true supporter of our cause. You will want to watch the news. I have no doubts there will be a great stir very soon. Oh. Yeah. You can have that. For all we know, this guy's been trying to cook up a large-scale stir for years. I don't see it happening quite yet. Yes, he has succeeded to some extent with the ongoing riots, but we can keep the situation under control. Oh, what? There's the ting-ting. Another new headline. Hold on. There. Show the conflict. Yeah, these two are in conflict with each other. Is unhappy. I'm gonna leave that one for right now. I need to see if I can find more out about him before I send in one of those, because you can only send in one. Crime rate continues to drop. Yes, this is very familiar. Yes, I've read all this stuff before. Rabban Vat seems like a real charmer after all that the office has learned about him, which is not overly surprising after the phone call, I guess. He won't stop exploiting assaults and misfortune of the nation for his own ends. This moment isn't any different. Crap, can I go back? I didn't read that. Oops. She said something controversial. I might, like, freeze frame it and post it somewhere. Yeah. President Puppet, I've seen the memes before. Oh. The nation would have zero factual benefit from control over Parges. I guess we're treading into territory where facts aren't given any weight. I think I have to decide one of these. I don't really know. The thing with the first game was that they would generally give you some of these without having sufficient information, and then like a few minutes later you would be like, fuck, I sent the wrong thing, and that messes shit up. He's not happy that he's gone missing, but then he will certainly not be missed. Really, I don't know which one I would upload here. Go with that one. He isn't happy about Oleg's disappearance. How come I don't buy it? Why, yes, of course, a death threat uttered in the phone call, that's why. Yeah, I knew I had to put something from there. God. What have you done, Rabban? It sounds like they are accusing us of having kidnapped or killed this man. What have you done to Oleg Bakay, Rabban? Tell us the truth. Let's not jump to conclusions. I'm sure that Rabban can offer an explanation. I'm starting to doubt whether TPV represents what I stand for. We sell ourselves as a blog for the Persian people, defending their rights and protecting their freedom. As part of that is our duty to criticize the Persian government, and the military is a prime target. However, I never signed up to be labeled a criminal. Sorry about that. Where was I? As part of that is our duty to criticize the Persian government. The military is a prime target. However, not be named a criminal. We don't threaten people, we don't kidnap people, and we certainly do not kill people. Calm down, Shannon. Since when do you believe what the National Beholder prints? They are only trying to frame us. I have nothing to do with Bakay's disappearance. Did I call him? Sure. Did I get a little aggressive? I did. You see, Bakay and we have a history. Before we left Parges, Bakay had his mind set on joining the Pargesian army. He asked me to take care of his 14-year-old daughter, and I said yes. But soon after, instead of returning to his daughter, I learned he had left for the nation. He said he wanted to find work there. Then all of a sudden, he returns and ranks up to an officer in the army. I am fairly certain he works for the nation's government in some way. However, I have nothing to do with his disappearance, and would never kidnap or kill a man. Do not believe the lies of the National Beholder. I was unaware of all this, I believe you, but I really think you should watch what you say, Rabban. This is starting to get way too tense. This is getting people worked up in both countries. I'm with Shannon on this. I also believe you, Rabban, but you should really choose your words more carefully. We always wanted to criticize, one could even say fight against, the Kassart administration and their shady ties to Blaine, but we don't want them to regard us as national enemies, and this fight should remain one of words. You guys are disappointing me. I thought you had it in you. Don't let them intimidate you like that. These are just empty threats. We have to stand our ground now more than ever. We're not saying we disagree with you, Rabban. We are just saying watch what you say. I don't have the conflict for this yet, so ignore that one. Well, that's pretty similar. Let's just say this one. Could open up something. Yep. I see that two know each other from back where they lived in Parges. Well done, Agent. With the basic connection between the two clarified, our in-depth research of the lead up to this phone call can now begin. I need you to investigate and upload anything that you think is relevant and accurate about the background of these two. Discard anything else. From what you gather, I will put together a theory about what happened and what we're going to do about it. At the very least, we need a solid motive for Rabban Vat making this threat to Oleg Bakay, an explanation as to how Vart could contact him on his protected phone. If you need to keep track of your objectives, click on the Orwell eye in the upper left corner of the screen or press escape. Yeah, that doesn't break my immersion. I mean, just saying do this would work fine. What did this open? Sorry, what are you planning to do against the FTP? 2006. That looks pretty old. My family and I are thinking about leaving Prava. We have been living in this beautiful town for generations, and I do not want to leave, but since the FTP started the civil war, we do not feel safe here anymore. What are you planning on doing against them? Dear Miss Lavrova, the administration of Prava is currently in contact with officials of the Parisian army in order to get some troops to protect the town from the FTP. There's not much else we can do at the current time, so we ask you to stay in a safe place and remain as calm as possible given the circumstances. This is a joke, right? Keep calm. People are dying out there. My greatest concern is the well-being of my children. They both attend Prava Secondary, but I would rather make them stay at home during times like these, especially since I already lost my husband who died serving in the army. But teachers at Prava Secondary have been strongly urging me to let them go to school. How do you plan on protecting our schools, Mayor Grabovac? This is our most important issue right now. I sincerely understand your concerns, Miss Toskala. As the school's principal, I will therefore consider our options on how to protect the schools and Prava Secondary in particular. I don't believe you. Everyone here keeps talking about how... Oh, there's Oleg. How we are supposed to change things in Prava, but nobody ever takes action. We're going to leave Prava and Parges. Goodbye, folks. It's been really mediocre to know you. Oh, God, I didn't even notice that was him talking there. Jeez. Well, that might explain his preachy attitude. Ting, 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 ting. Yeah. Leave Parges, and that is how you abandon not only your hometown, but your own home country. And go where? The nation? This pitiful stretch of land? Never, believe me. You will be better off dying as a loyal citizen of Parges than as an inferior renegade. In fact, I have devised my own way how to protect Prava and show that I am a true patrol. I'm going to volunteer for the army and fight to free this country from the plague known as FTP. Seriously, Oleg? You have a daughter. She is only 11 years old and she needs you. Please don't make any hasty decisions right now. Besides, if I may dare to say so, I do think the FTP is fighting for the right causes. Maybe with the wrong methods, after all. I don't believe Ksant will be doing us any good considering how he rose to power. And mind you, Ksant's ties to the nation are more than fishy. Mind you, Raban, please don't tell me you're a terrorist sympathizer now. As for my daughter, Radka, you have been one of her biggest role models for years now. You know her well and she loves your classes. May I boldly ask you to take care of her while I'm gone? I'm not a terrorist sympathizer, Oleg, and I am certainly not on their side. All I am saying is that you should try thinking a bit more critically towards this government of ours. Regarding Radka, I do not approve of you leaving her like that. And I am also not a army sympathizer, by the way. But if you truly wished to choose this path... Okay, well, that was either a typo on the developer's part or just an intentional typo to add realism. I will not let you and her down. Thank you, I really appreciate this. We do have our disagreements sometimes, but you are a good person and a good teacher, Raban. This could be useful information. I might be able to bring something up later on. Or just give us this extra character to dig into later. Doesn't think highly, the nation never wants to go there. He said he wanted to work there. I think... Wait, what? Oh, whoops. Is that so? Doesn't exactly account for his loyalty to us. Drained. I got an achievement. What is that for? Yes, I hit Shift Tab. No, thank you. Drain the swamp. Okay. I forgot all the achievements are so vague. Revised article. Harabon, I finished revising the article you sent me and scheduled it for 3 p.m. like you asked. Don't know if I'll be available for another one. I'm going to be a bit occupied tonight. Maybe I can spare some time remotely if I get a chance. One more thing, this Bakay thing is getting ugly. Lots of TMB believers are flooding us with threats on Blabber. Oh, sorry. Did you read any of that? Creeping me out. You know, I'd go to any length with you, just like when we moved to the nation. You're my brother. Nothing can change that. It's even fine if you're not telling me the whole truth. What about Karen? They even insult her. She doesn't deserve to be treated that way. Don't you think it's about time you gave out a statement? You can easily debunk these lies, Ilya. I don't know why I opened that. Is it really his brother, though? Like, is that really his brother, or is it just a phrase? I'm gonna leave that one for right now. Angels, the nation. Mr. Vaught, we regret having to inform you that we have temporarily suspended and recurring financial support to your endeavor. Wait, what? Suspended and recurring. What? We have temporarily suspended and recurring for now. Whatever. Our team has become aware of you using our donations to support a cause or causes directly or indirectly violating our terms of use. As you know, Angels of the Nation is an independent nonprofit organization with the intention to support beneficial causes and or directed at parties. We strictly enforce a zero-tolerance policy on endorsement or incitement of aggressive acts or violent behavior of any kind, which we have been made aware of your blog is engaged in recently. The payments will remain suspended while we further investigate all the allegations. Afterwards, we will decide on whether to continue our payments or to permanently terminate our support. If you would like to object to suspension or assist in resolving the allegations against you, please contact us via email or telephone at the next possible occasion. The immigrated to the nation thing is I'm gonna put this in there for that. If the brother thing goes with it, fine. Was there more to click on in here? Yes. Just some lore. Mammoth skeleton. Oh, that's cool. Alright, well, nothing else there. Latest news reports stated that the troops of terrorist group FTP are getting closer to Prava, which made many parents raise concerns about sending their children to school. Therefore, to ensure the safety of pupils and teachers, the school administration has requested protection by the army. Yeah. Despite the situation remaining tense in our beloved community of Prava, Mr. Vaught said to keep lessons going and is determined to provide ongoing education to our students. We ensure your children's safety at Prava Secondary School, the principal stated. Education is one of the highest valued assets that we have, and we will not give it up because of a meaningless war that is designed to frighten us and keep us from living our lives, he continued. Wait, army protection for a school? Seriously? Things must have been bad, or someone must have been really worried. Due to current events related to the war, the school administration has now decided to provide a protective hideout from combat activities by upgrading our library to a completely autonomous shelter situated in the basement of the school. Since it lies a few feet underground, it is an appropriate shelter against the horrors of war that your children should never be exposed to. Well, they still have to be exposed to it, like, on the way to school. Are they living in there? We will continuously do our best to provide a safe space for children and families in these exceedingly difficult times. An autonomous shelter at a school seems a bit overprotective if you ask me, but then again, considering he thought about getting the army for protection, this pales in comparison. Child daycare. Oh, these are going back in time, okay. So you start threatening peace soldiers now, this is going too far. Tell us the truth about what happened to Oleg Bakay. These are both the same. I hope you don't expect me to feel pity for Vaught. I don't, even though he hasn't been... he hasn't, like, gone to trial or anything yet. We said goodbye to our dear home. See you on the other side. It has been about a week since I started the journey from my hometown Prova to the borders of the nation, together with my brother Ilya, okay, I guess that is his actual brother, who is the only family that I have left. I decided to seek a new life elsewhere. We have lost everything, our workplaces, our homes, and many of our friends. I even lost my ability to walk. The situation in Parges is horrible. I do not and will never understand how people can treat each other like this. This is our home country, and we never wanted to leave, but now we have been expelled, and could not be more heartbroken to witness what is happening in the country where we spent our childhood, learned, lived, and loved. Will life really be better in the nation? We do not know, especially since the most important national news outlet recently published articles suggesting refugees to be likely terrorists. All we can currently do is hope that these prejudices are not what people of the nation stand for. We will soon find out. This genuinely surprised me. How did that happen? Looks like you're getting your chance to investigate a medical profile, even if it's not your own, like in the aptitude test. Man, this all sounds pretty familiar. Oh wait, what was that? Continue to get fate. Oh, this is a draft. Delacroix presents new crime statistics in a way favoring her politics, but who are the real criminals? Criminals are degenerates who wear striped clothing, monsters who make women and children cry. They're predominantly male, usually foreign, and present a danger to the public, thus they must be isolated or locked away, or so goes the cliche that has been hammered into the public conscious of the nation. Man, I wonder who the nation's based off of. I wonder. I mean, I guess I already knew from the first game, but they're really hammering it in. Bonton Reception Camp. That will be nice. Nice information to know. Might open up a document. No, it didn't. What still? I doubt that somehow. Sorry, I said that wrong. The most severe symptoms described by the patient are pain and stinging in the lower back area, as well as tingling and occasional complete loss of sensation in the legs. The patient reacts extremely aggressively upon questioning about his condition and is... Oh god, that piano tone was loud. And his conditioning is very reticent regarding the exact description of the event that led to his injury. Patient is accompanied by his brother, Mr. Ilyavat, who offered a more detailed description, stating that Raban had been buried by concrete blocks for at least 24 hours following the bombing of a school building in his hometown Prava. Related document. What, buried and he survived this? The patient's injury resulted in trauma. Since the patient's condition results in incapability of him moving independently, our request to Bonton Reception Camp Administration for financing of an MWC manual manual wheelchair for the patient has been filed. In addition, the patient is prescribed hydrocodone for a reduction of nerve pain to be taken by mouth every 12 hours, but medication. Wait, wasn't there something? Yeah. I mean, as far as I know, he's using a wheelchair. But he could have had, like, prosthetics by now. Oh, well. Well, that's 5 years ago. An unsung hero you need to know about. My brother is a hero. We have not been maintaining this blog for a while. I would now like to renew it by telling a story. The story of an unsung hero that you simply need to know about. The story of a person who never got the credit he deserves, which I will now change. It is the story of my brother Raban, who wrote most of the previous articles for this blog. Raban has told you about our long and troublesome journey from Parges to the nation, about how we had to live in a refugee camp for an inhumanely long time under terrible conditions, and about why we had to leave our beloved hometown. You, my dear readers, have in a way been on this journey with us, but he has never told you about the fact that he has lost his ability to walk during the terrible events in Parges. He has not told you about why he made this sacrifice and what a true hero he really is. I'm not reading that yet. Raban is a man who likes to share his personal stories, but I have decided that it is time. Especially if you are a reader from our home country, Parges, you ought to know this about my brother. The incident that finally forced us to leave Parges was a tragedy, especially in the eyes of my brother. Prava Secondary, the school that Raban was teaching at and had in fact helped to build with his own 2 hands, was bombed to the ground. A place of learning, a place of safety, a place that Raban had always offered the children. The opportunity of a good education was nothing more than smoldering rubble. During the bombings, most of the children for Bond's 6th grade class had been trapped in the school garden shed, as they had not been able to make it to the safety of the library, which they had been using as a bomb shelter. Against what everyone told him, Raban ran out to the shed and saved these children from certain death in this hellish attack. He did not rest until every one of them was safe in the library. Without his brave escort, they would not have made it to the shelter, where they were able to wait in safety until the bombing was finally over. The shed was destroyed only minutes later, but Raban himself, he had not made it back safely before the bombs dropped. He was buried under rubble for almost a day, clinging to his bare life until we finally discovered him, but he had paid a high price, his ability to walk. I cannot tell you how much I admire my brother so much, for so much bravery, and although I know that he would never have permitted me to write this article, I have decided that you, dear readers, simply needed to know this about him. Know about this. I don't know if countless lives is the word I'd use to send in, but okay. Saving others while risking his own life. Now I can see why his followers treat him almost like a religious figure. Well, Agent, I think it has become clear already that Raban Vat is only a shadow of his former self. His actions today are what matters. Oh, God. Never would have thought you'd go this far. I always knew you were crazy, but kidnapping a soldier just to get some PR for your dumb blog is completely mad. I am not responsible for the disappearance of Oleg Bakay. Besides, this man is no angel either. I have a reason to believe he was involved in this horrid attack on my school back in 2010. Oh. Many children died because of him. I know that he was one of the people in charge during the Prava school attack, since, knowing what would happen, he did not let his daughter attend that day. Just wow, you are a true hero. I only did what I had to do. The FTP should pay for this. No, it was the FTP. The National Beholder is nothing but a lying, manipulative, brainwashing machine. In reality, it was military bombardment that wounded me severely. You have my utmost admiration, sir. It takes incredible courage to risk your own life to save others. You are an exceptionally good person. Please do not flood me with compliments. All I want is for my home country to be safe again, and saving those children was the least I could do for Parges. The thing I admire the most about Manvard is so incredibly humble. Oh boy. It's fun time. Oh, I don't have it. Lots of military bombing. Really believes that this would be a strong motive. Did it like skip a piece of dialogue without me clicking anything? We can't work solely on what Raban Vat believes, though. We need to clarify whether there are any more hints of Bakay being involved in this. The explosion, which was initiated by the FTP, caused the school's principal, Raban Vat, to be buried under concrete. I'm not reading all that because we pretty much already read about what happened. He was saved after rescuers continued to search for survivors among the ruins. As spokesperson of Angels the Nation, a volunteer team who provide development aid in Parges, stated Mr. Vat was injured on Monday, December 6, 2010, was buried at least until late Tuesday evening. If it has been any longer, he would have certainly have died. His survival is a miracle. Darn. Oh, well, something popped up. I'm guessing that's from Time. Oh, what? Oh, it's just a article. It says up there. SDP attack on his school. Military bombing. Oh. Let's go look at the new thing that was posted. That sounds fun. Alright, what's this? Oh, is that about the same thing? Oh, okay, yeah. Delacroix presents new crime statistics. Yes, I already read some of this. Of course, it is in the best interest of the media and the government to push this myth. Headlines sell papers, and National Secretary of Security, Catherine Delacroix, has certainly given out quite the headline. Proudly, she presents her statistics that these so-called criminals have been kept under control by her successful policies. But taking a close look at these policies, and one cannot refrain from wondering who may be the real criminal. After all, She is this secretary. Oh, that's stupid. That sounds so dumb. A secretary of security. The Blaine administration has been touting a policy of surveillance, a straight violation of privacy for years now. Yet hardly any of the nation's citizens seem to take notice of this fact. Are Blaine and his despicable followers included in these crime rates? I highly doubt it. Oh man. Hold on, let's just go check this. Check that. I still don't. Yeah, I didn't think so. Okay, I don't have the conflict for that one. I have the conflict for the one on this page, though. So this is like, do I believe the media or do I believe a first-hand account? Because here it says that it was a terrorist group that did it, but this is the news, and then the personal one was a military bombardment. I'm gonna go with this one. But should I believe what he says? But should I believe what the media says? Send that one. That was my gut feeling. I'm doing that. Military bombardment. The P-Army. This indicates that Bakay might indeed be involved in the attack. I've seen enough. I believe we have sufficiently proven Bakay to be involved in the attack on Vought's school, and Vought knows about it. He has already stated he believes Bakay had something to do with it. He must be out for revenge. The fact that Bakay has kept his role in this from us all this time is not doing him any favor. There will be consequences. Hello? New information? No? Oh, for this date. Oh, shit, it's a date, not a... I'm stupid. Is there any information on dates? Yeah, I thought that it was a name. I wasn't even looking at, really. Radka Bakay. Oh, huh. Well, there's the problem. Because his daughter was present on the day school was attacked. Shoot. I'm going... Yeah, I think this one. His daughter was... Yeah, I think I trust this one. I'm not thinking about this one. I know about this. I'm just thinking about the last one that I did. Wait a second. If Bakay's daughter was present, then we can be pretty certain that he wasn't involved in the attack. With Vought as her caretaker, he must have been aware, meaning there must be more behind Vought's threat. Rabban Vought mixes truth and lies adeptly to trick people. Take whatever he publishes with a grain of salt, as there are typically few truths. Be very, very careful when dealing with him, Agent. I have to rely solely on you. That's a terrible idea. I'm the last person anyone should rely on to do anything. Oh, fuck it. Oh, that's not you. Yeah, just fuck it. Here. This is where this is his... Yeah. Oh, okay. Yeah, that didn't bring anything up. Wow. Man, I'm so surprised. I was sure. Oh, wait, what? There's still something. Oh, it's a picture. I mean, do I care? Fuck it. Whatever. Just, here you go. Here's a picture of him. In case you're wondering, yes, that really is the same person. I'm gonna throw everything in. This is the first episode. I forgot that it's a lot more streamlined. So I may as well just kind of throw everything in. Do I really have to throw this in, though? I guess I'll put it in. I can't really see anything else that I'd put in here. Oh, please, please. I remember asking you explicitly not to give me any misinformation to work with. How does this statement look to you? Does it look legitimate? Perhaps picking you as an agent wasn't the best choice after all. See, I knew I shouldn't be putting that in there. But there's not much else. Alright, well, fuck me, because apparently I can't go to Rodka's actual profile and drag her name into the thing. I had to use the version of her name that's written in his profile for the password for his thing. Orwell reports he removed the encryption from Bakay's device. Open sesame. Good work, agent. This will aid us greatly. It will. Even though I've sent you all those really stupid things because I was just like, what the hell am I supposed to be doing now? This is nice to have. Perfect. With this number, we can track Bonvat's calls to and from his mobile phone within the listener tool. Oh, okay. Man, that's convenient that we get his number and instantly that he gets a call.
Karen, my love.
Hey.
Having a good day?
Yeah. So far so good. I called to tell you I'll be home late today. I'm sorry.
Again? They don't pay you enough for all the time you give them.
It's not about payment, and you know that. These people rely on me. They need me.
Yeah? Well, I need my wife at home with me some of the time. Am I asking for too much?
Raban, not so long ago you were among them. You have been in their position.
Yes, I know that. So was Ilya, so were the others. Yet none of us were national soldiers responsible for invading and ravaging countries. If it weren't for them driving refugees out in the first place, why, we wouldn't need these camps.
This again? We talked about this multiple times.
I'm well aware that this extra time you spend there is for her, isn't it?
Raban, she is... I'm worried, that's all. She's more reclusive now than ever. Something isn't right.
One more reason to avoid her.
You want me to cherry-pick who deserves my assistance and who doesn't? All people get the same treatment, the same attention. That's my mandate. I thought you loved that about me.
I do. You're right. Of course you are. You always are. I'm sorry.
It's okay. So, are you good with me getting home late tonight then?
I am.
Thank you.
I will be waiting for you.
No, don't wait. It might get late.
Well, I can hardly go anywhere else.
You shouldn't say things like that. Anyway, I'll talk to you later.
See you.
Makes me wonder how it must feel to be married to this guy. That's awfully hostile. Two dead after second explosion. Alright, cool. Invasion. Our efforts in Parges were justified operations to restore and keep the peace. Man, it sounds a lot like the US. And we succeeded, if I might add that. You're right, we should not allow any countries to have their own civil wars or revolutions. The US has to get involved and blow things up. Counted the safe country of the nation. We finally made it, the glorious nation, where we were hoping to be able to live a normal life away from the fear and danger that our home country is now plagued with. Unfortunately, what we found upon arrival in the nation does not seem to be a lot better. We were assigned to the Outer Bonton reception camp as a temporary solution. They do not seem to know what to do with us, and the camp is incredibly crowded. The most hilarious thing about this is that the media of the nation is telling its citizens a completely different story. They write about how openly we are welcomed and how we finally have a safe haven with free food, accommodation, friendly people, Reality is the complete opposite. Now, don't get me wrong, I'm more thankful for being able to escape the terrible threat of war in our country, but the situation in this camp is simply dehumanizing. We are being denied basic human rights. Food and bathrooms are rare, and fights over both are common. The only ray of hope is our social worker, Karen, who seems to be the only one around here who really cares. She does everything possible to help us, and seeing her once a week is one of the few things keeping me going right now. Despite the hardships, we have sworn not to give up. We owe it to our people to make the situation here public and also tell the people of the nation what is really going on in these safe havens for refugees. I have decided to use this blog to publish facts and facts only about the war in Parges. That's an interesting little tidbit. Rabban Vat married his assistant social worker. Do you find this as odd as I do? No? No, I don't. Okay, well, we already know that. Oh, well, yes, oh. Yeah, I'll go look at that in a little bit. Informed, I got an achievement. I hit inform yourself well, man. Yeah, I'm just not gonna read the achievements anymore. Okay, his birthday's already in. That's good. Excellent. With that, we will be able to get a glimpse directly into the lion's den and probably useful information on our targets. Date of registration. Green donation. Well, right after the safety bill came into effect, bad timing from their point of view, I guess. Let's listen to your call.
Iliavat speaking.
Brother?
Oh, hey, Rabban. I didn't expect you to call. I'm getting ready for work. I have no idea what's going on with the donations. I swear they were working, and I haven't changed anything in the back end.
Forget the donations. I need your abilities as my co-writer. You must write me an article.
Right now? Is it important?
It is.
What do you want me to write about?
There has been a second assault in Bonton, at Stelligan University.
Another one? Oh, wow. They really have got a situation here, don't they?
We need to cover it. Draw attention to how the government is failing its people.
I'm not quite sure if I'll be able to pull it off at work. I feel like they're watching me already.
Do you stand with me, brother? Or has the nation's corruption and wealth finally swayed your sympathies?
Rabban, I stand with you. I've told you this.
Then I have faith in you, brother.
Are you preparing a statement about these threats? This has to stop. Are you gonna say something?
Yes.
Ah, great. Finally.
And it is going to be the most remarkable statement I have ever made. The destruction of the cooperation between Cassett and Blaine.
Destruction? How?
Patience, brother. It won't be long now. Take care of the article.
Okay, I will do my best to get it done for you. Give me about an hour for the draft. I'll put it in the back end.
Good. I'll be waiting. Until later.
Yeah, until then.
Tried to warn the office about it, supposedly haven't revealed. Huh. Well, they would already know this. I don't know. I don't want to send that. Moving to secret location. The hell is that supposed to mean? Hiding? You mean voluntarily? There was no plan which included going and hiding anywhere. Interesting. Oh, whoops, no, I'm still looking at your stuff. Oh, that's your photo gallery. Good photo gallery. Pravo, Oleg Bakay is in his former hometown. Peculiar. Why is he hiding out there, or rather from whom? Raban Vat? Excellent work. We will retrieve Oleg Bakay once we have a clear picture as to why he has gone missing in the first place, and what that call meant. I'll look at that in a little bit. Nothing interesting there. Okay, well, let's go to here thing. No, it's nice that he doesn't have a password or anything. Freedom Plaza to do. Oh. Why can't I upload this? This looks very damning. Once more, the innocent will be punished. Wait, is this the same one? Oh no, it's a new one. Oh, it's pending. The assault on Stelgan University is a horrific and terrible crime, but we all know that it's not the real perpetrators. Will be punished for this. It is not up to me to speculate who might have caused these terror attacks, but one thing is certain: the people will be blamed and are the ones who are going to suffer, especially the ones living in the nation, no matter what their citizenship really is, what hardships they might have suffered themselves already, no matter how many prejudices and hate they have already faced in the nation. These are the people who are going to suffer, not the real perpetrators. Browser history. Operation Flying Dog is a document about how the soldier Oleg Bakay was arrested by soldiers of the nation after an incident during the Civil War, only be released again and placed as a spy within the army. Damn it, I knew he must have been revealed. This changes everything. If Bakay's secret is out there, then that's how Vought came across the info. It might have played a role in the call. Again, I hate to say it, but with this new perspective on the situation, we have to put Bakay's loyalty into question. If you find any hints at possible disloyalty of our agent towards us, you need to let us know immediately. Classified media, anonymous sources, right to know. Oh, if you would like to provide us with documents you think are relevant and the public needs to know about, please upload them here. Huh. I'm gonna leave this for right now. Let's go back over here. I don't know why I did that. There's nothing else in the system. No, let's look in your trash. Token of my appreciation. Found something you might be very interested in. I've done some digging through the document, and there was even a phone number of a device they issued to this guy. Oleg Bakay, blah, 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 blah. No need to thank me. This proves what you have been writing about for such a long time. Make everyone see it now. David Johns. That is not... Yeah. Would you get that in there? Jesus. A fan. Cute. Hold on. Before I look at that last thing, I'm going to look at the pictures. Rugby team. Are these all just like portraits? No. Good thing I went back to look at that. I was like, wait a minute, that's not just a profile picture. They had some kind of deal going on at Vought's school. This strongly backs the theory of Bakay being involved in the attack on the school. Oh, and Bakay deal, yeah. He's been talking to President Kassat directly. I don't know about that. I mean, he was just accepting a medal. I guess he wasn't talking to him directly, but I don't know if that's something that I'd count. So for now, let's just send in the number. Number for Bakay's protected office phone is out there. This cannot be happening. This is how Raban Vought reached him, and who knows how many other people have his info now. This is a complete disaster. You have gathered all we need. I will get an intervention team ready from a local base near Prava and go and look for Bakay. They're on their way. Now let me try and make sense of everything we've gathered. I need to decide how we should approach this. Raban Vought was a school principal back in Prava, Pages. He was also the teacher of Oleg Bakay's daughter, who went to fight in the army. The school was bombarded by military fire. Vought needed to save the students by leading them to the shelter he built, but he lost his ability to walk. Based on the info... Oof. Based on the info we have collected, it's possible Bakay was involved in the attack somehow. It's also possible that Vought learned about it and plotted revenge. If we had been aware of his involvement in this act of aggression towards a school, we would never have recruited him. Now Bakay is hiding out somewhere in Prava for whatever reason. This is it, the theory about the situation we're facing. We will make sure to deal with it accordingly. The intervention team is in place. I'm switching over to command, and I'll let you listen in via the listener tool. No, I want to look at the crap. Oh.
Echo 1 reporting. Come in, Command.
Commander's reading you.
We have arrived at the designated location.
What is it like?
Sorry, Command. I don't quite follow.
The location? Tell me what you see.
Looks like ruins of a school that has been hit by a large explosive. Possibly an airstrike. Maybe artillery fire.
Can you traverse the ruins?
Affirmative. But the damage is catastrophic. Are you sure the target is around?
Absolutely. Move in and keep me posted at all times. Describe to me everything you see.
Understood. Echo Squad, move in. Entering primary hallway now. The hallway has been severely damaged. You can see the sky right through multiple stories. Some parts are completely caved in. Proceed with caution, Echo Squad. The damage definitely originated some time ago. There's vegetation spreading all over the place. There are some adjacent rooms that seem rather intact. Echo 2, Echo 4, clear them. Rooms are clear. Lots of bags lying around. There were still some geometrical drawings on the chalkboard. The place was clearly left in a hurry. Moving into the next corridor. There's... Oh, shit!
What is it?
Part of the ceiling gave way. Nearly hit one of our operatives. Status, Echo Squad. Dust off.
Ugh. Can you proceed?
Affirmative.
Do it.
Roger. Moving on now.
Status?
All clear. No traces of the target. Some doors are blocked by debris, but there's zero chance they have been opened recently.
Listen, I need you to find the target person. He is around.
There's a basement stairwell that we haven't checked yet. Moving there now. Watch your corners, Echo Squad. Not much left here either. The projectile went right through half the building like a hot knife through butter. Hate to say it, but we may be out of luck. Wait, found something. There's a hatch leading further down. Looks used recently.
Finally, proceed.
Affirmative. This is the school's library, still intact. Someone put a lot of effort into turning this into some sort of autonomous bomb shelter. And they succeeded. Even the power is still on. From what I can tell, this thing even has working surveillance cams on the walls.
Huh. Peculiar. Maybe Bakay is able to use them. Proceed with caution.
Definitely wouldn't want to. Movement! Get down! Get down! Echo Squad, contain the target!
It's the target. It has to be.
Oleg Bakay, we know you're here. There is no way out of this shelter. Throw your weapons into the middle of the room and come out from your position with your hands on your head. Visual on target. Identity confirmed. It is Oleg Bakay. Your order.
Bakay has been proven to be a traitor to the office. He is a liability as long as he is alive. Terminate him.
Oh.
Report in.
Target down. Oleg Bakay is dead.
Very well. Mission accomplished. Make sure the area is secure, then disengage.
Understood. Echo Squad, move out!
In case you didn't know. Sorry if I shocked you there. Bakay endangered our efforts, and our other agents by extension, even you. We cannot tolerate that. I would have warned you beforehand, but I feared you would have second thoughts. We must not be hindered by emotions. You will learn what it means to be part of the office. Take this as your first lesson. With time, you will... This bastard, the people's voice for Bon Vought's streaming right now. You need to see this. Oh. The government of the nation is lying to you. I hereby present you actual proof that the nation government has been lying to everyone all along.
My dear followers, yes, this is exactly what you think it is. I found Oleg Bakay. What you see before you is an image obtained from a surveillance camera feed from the ruins of my old school, showing him among soldiers of the nation. These highly trained professionals cowardly shot him, a soldier in service of the Pagesian army, while he was hiding away from them. Now, as shocking as that image may be to you, the heinous nature of the national government is laid bare before you. Through their propaganda machine called the National Beholder, they dared to make their false allegations against me and the people's voice as a whole. They claimed I'd be responsible for Bakay's disappearance, when it was them all along. But why would they murder a fellow soldier when President Kassat and Prime Minister Blaine are such close friends, you might ask? Oleg Bakay was the person responsible for the attack on Prava Secondary, the school I have been principal of a long time ago. And they knew it. They knew the moment he'd turn up dead, everyone would blame me. They took a life, only to shut me up once and for all. But the people's voice cannot be silenced. So what is there to do for you, my dear followers, against the oppressive force of the national government and the Kassat regime? Do not listen to their corrupt and manipulative media outlets. Do not fail to remind Kassat what has transpired here today. Do not let them sweep this under the carpet, to pass the buck, to influence you with such outrageously false information, to take a life to manipulate your thoughts. Or you may be next. Stand up for your rights and resist Kassat. Resist Blaine. Let's retake our country from President Puppet.
Hold on, does it say Solidar in here? No, it says soldier here, but it says Solidar when it was like in the subtitle. How the hell did that happen? Where did he get those? Man, I wonder where. I wonder if he got those from Cam ID 0815 1976 on today's date. I wonder if he got them from, you know, those cameras that you mentioned are in there. Oh, no, the surveillance cameras. Yeah, that should have been obvious. Like, instantly. God damn, this will have severe repercussions, I fear. We will have some more containment to do. Even though we are facing a lot of trouble, you have done well. For now, you may complete your work for today. Yay, I can keep doing stuff. The public needs to know about. I don't think I should be doing anything here. Well, I guess that's about it. Based on the data you submitted, you have learned the following. Oh, it's still going through things. Our agent Oleg Bakay has gone missing. At least a photo of our intervention team's action. Yep. March 8th. That is a 2-week break. Alright, well, I guess I'll see you in 2 weeks. For episode 2. Oh, I thought it was going to be a weekly thing. Oh, well. Oh, I love that sound. Alright, well. I guess, thank you for watching. And goodbye. That was a long video. God. Oh, I'll edit it down. So, thank you for watching. Goodbye.